everyone, my name is ZMarie here with Heart for Art Live. Today we're going to be learning how to draw our interpretation of God's creation. Let's go. Alright guys, last time we met together and drew together, we learned how to draw praying hands. Today we're going to be learning how to draw our interpretation of God's creation. So without further ado, let's jump on over to our sketch pad and let's get started. Alright guys, so as I said, we're going to be drawing our interpretation of God's creation. So you can have your reference image printed out, or if you have it on something digital, you want to do it that way, you can. So I'm simply going to just use my phone and use that as my reference there, okay? So first we're going to start off, and I'll sit it so you all can see it just in case you don't have a reference near you. First we're going to start off by simply doing the outline, which is just the easiest way of doing it, okay? So I'm going to start off by doing that. Alright, so I'm just gonna try and start off from the circle of the drawing, and I'm gonna see if I can get that reference on the screen as well so you all can just see it that way too, okay? And to me, sometimes the circle can be one of the toughest parts, but if you keep practicing, you can get it, okay? So I'm not gonna do the full circle, I'm just trying to do the basic outline because this is where the hand is gonna start, okay? I'm just trying to get my basic circle outline and just get it as close as you can to the size of the actual drawing, okay? Alright. And anything that looks kind of awkward, we can always go back and correct it. So just get like a rough outline. Alright, and we're going to stop it there. Now I'm going to come about here. And this is where I'm going to start drawing the hand outline, about right here. Alright, so I'm going to do that first. And now we're going into the finger. Alright, we're going to try and go up here so it can connect. Sort of like it's actually holding the earth. Something kind of like that, there. We're gonna bring them together. And anything that needs to be corrected, can always go back and correct that. We're just gonna get like a basic outline. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do the nail for this finger. Alright. Like I said, this is just a rough draft, so. And I'm gonna try and show you all how to, sketch and all that a little later, but mainly just getting our basic outline of everything now, okay? So that kind of covers it for that finger. Now we're gonna start about here, about right from this corner to right here. This is where we're gonna start drawing the other part of the hand, all right? So come down, and then we're gonna stop right here and do the knuckle, about right there. Alright. And instead of me doing this whole finger, I'm going to wait to do that so I can make sure that the world and all of that is the size that I want it to be, okay? So I'm going to try and go ahead and do the outline of both of the knuckles, or all the knuckles. So then we're going to come here, start doing the other knuckle. About right there. And you can do whichever size you want it to be, but to get it as close to the reference, this is kind of the layout that I'm just kind of basically doing just to give myself a rough draft. Alright, and as you can see, this, this third knuckle has a different shape. It's more of a point right here. So when you get here, do a slight point. Alright, and then come straight down at an angle, like this. Alright. And then come up, the little hoop, and leave that for the finger. Okay, now we're gonna do the pinky. And if any proportions or any sizes or anything is off, we can always go back and erase. So when you're doing the outline, try not to try not to draw really deep, so when you go back to erase, it doesn't have the line still there from what you previously drew. So. Alright, now we're gonna kind of hoop it with the pinky. And we're gonna stop there. Then we're gonna come back up here to this part. To about right about here. I'm gonna start drawing the finger. About right there. Now we're about to oval it off. And as I said, this is just a rough draft, so anything that needs to be fixed, we can always fix it, okay? Now we're gonna come here. We're not gonna draw anything there because we can see on the drawing it's kind of a shadow. So let's come about right here. So we can draw the nail on this finger. All right, about right there. And it's not a full nail, because this one's kind of cut off a little bit so it'll look like it's actually holding the world. So like that. And if you want to just draw yourself a line right here so you can know that that's where the outline is, you can do that, okay? All right. Make sure our angle is as close to the reference drawing as we possibly can. All right, now we're going to come right here to this finger right here. And we're going to start drawing the rest of this finger. Almost how we did the other one. And as you're drawing, you can see some of the stuff that needs to be corrected. Like I see right here, my circle needs to be corrected. So I'm gonna go back and fix that a little later. If anything, if I see it's too far over, I'll just erase it and move it over. But that gets to the detailed parts of it. All right, so we're gonna come here. And we can kind of see that these fingers are connected, so I'm gonna just leave myself a little gap there. So when I start shading, all right, now I'm gonna hoop the finger. And connect it over at the top. Now I'm gonna start the nail. All right. And then we're gonna do this like that. And as you can see, that finger needs a little more work, so I'm gonna go back and fix that. All right. Just trying to get it as close as I possibly can. All right. Now we're gonna go to this part right here, to this finger. And we're going to try and get it as close as the reference drawing as the other ones. So you can see each finger is a little shorter than the next. So I'm going to come about right here and start drawing the other finger. Alright. We're going to connect it about right there. And then we're going to come here and start drawing the nail. Alright. And we're going to do almost like an upside down C right here, the tip of the nail. All right, now come to the pinky. And I kind of did that line kind of far out, so I'm gonna come about right here and start drawing the pinky. Right there. Then we're gonna do the nail. Like that. And my hoop right here that I have, I'm going to try and bring it up a little more so the pinky won't be so far down. I'm going to just erase this line. Alright. Just going to correct that right there. Like that. So this is just kind of a basic rough sketch of how we want the overall thing to look. You can always go back and add a bit more detail to it as well. I'm just going back and adding and fixing a few lines. Okay. I'm trying to make my pinky a little closer to the other fingers. So like I said, you don't have to do it exactly how I'm drawing it. I'm trying to get it as close to the reference drawing as possible, just so the outcome can, you know, look as close to the reference as possible. All right. And do this like this. Make the pinky smaller than the other fingers. Okay. Put it off like that. This is going to be the nail right here. You don't have to do it as detailed as this, but I'm trying to make it as close to our reference as possible. It's okay. So that gives us kind of a basic rough sketch for this side of the hand. So then, if you want to go back now and fix where you did your circle or anything like that, then now would be a good time, because I can see some of the things that I need to go back and fix, like my circle up here. I'm gonna try and make that a little wider and move it over a little bit. All right. So I'm gonna come to about here. Almost in the same position we had it, just this is a little off. So, all right. So come there. Still give yourself a basic sketch. So try not to do it too hard. On some parts I went kind of hard, but that's okay. Just give yourself a basic, especially with circles, just give yourself a basic sketch. And you can always go back and darken it. So we're gonna go like this. So it'll be a big world and it won't look so small. All right, and then we can see down here, so we have to make sure that all of the proportions and everything are the same, so it'll look like a full circle and it won't be crooked. So I'm just going back trying to make sure I have all my lines the same shape. And if you've already got this part, then that's excellent. Sometimes it takes me a little longer with circles, but that's okay. All right. All right, guys, we're going to pause right there, and we're going to continue our drawing after this short break. So don't put up your sketch pads and pencils. We'll be right back after this short break, okay?
Tired of your bland wardrobe? Well, spice things up with the Wood Prosper's customizable t-shirts in 3 easy steps. First, go to SIGNUP.com and click the Wood Prosper logo. Then select Create Your Own, and lastly, import your own design or use the ones we pre-made for you. You can even customize mugs, hats, jackets, and so much more. So head on over to SIGNUP.com and click on Wood Prosper today and get your designs noticed.
All right, guys, welcome back. Grab your pencil and your sketch pad, and let's pick up where we left off before the break, okay? So let's get back to it. Okay, so we're just gonna continue here where we left off, and I'm just fixing a few of the lines. Just giving myself a basic rough sketch of the circle. So now I'm just going around making my full circle. So, trying to make all the lines as close as possible so it actually look like a circle and not an oval. Alrighty, so we're gonna stop there because we gotta do the other side of the hand. And I'm like such a perfectionist when it comes to these circles, so if you see me erasing a bunch of times, that's just on my part. Alright. You could always get yourself something like a CD or anything like that if you want to, you know, kind of trace that circle. I'll usually just try my best to give myself a rough sketch. And if anything, I'll go back with an object or anything with the circle just to give it like a perfect circle, okay? So we're gonna leave that about there. Alright. Alright, gonna stop it there. And then now we're gonna go to the other side of the hand. Over here. And we're gonna do almost the exact same thing we did on this side. So we're gonna start it. We have our circle. We're gonna start it about here. I'm gonna start drawing the tip of my line here. We're gonna stop. Then we're gonna go to our finger. Here. Right here. We're gonna stop there. And do the nail. We're gonna come over here. Connect our finger. This. Got that finger. Now we're gonna go to the next one. Start here. So we're just trying to give ourselves a basic outline to go from. Now some people can start up here and just like sketch down, but I usually try and give myself a basic outline to kind of, you know, go from. So that's what we're just doing now, just simply giving ourselves an outline. So when we go back and sketch and shade and all of that, we'll have our outline in place. So now I'm just kind of doing the same thing we did on the other side and getting our finger, all of our fingers as close as we can to our reference drawing. Okay, like that. You can always go back and correct anything that looks off or like the wrong side. You can always go back and correct that. So I'm trying to get the basic layout. Alright, we're gonna connect our finger here, like that. Start on our next finger. This one's a little higher than that one, so we're gonna come about right here. We're gonna straight to our nail. Like this. We're gonna give it that little line it has in the finger. There we go. We're gonna connect it to the other finger we just previously drew. Right there. Alright, now go to your next finger. It's a little higher than this one, but it's smaller. We're gonna make it a little smaller than our previous one. Go straight to your nail. Like that. We're gonna give it a line in the finger. I'm gonna go here and connect. Like that. We're gonna hoop it up and connect it to our previous finger. Right there. Alright, now we're gonna go to the pinky. And this one's smaller than this finger. So we're gonna start it there. Do the nail. Bring it down. Do the line of the finger. And connect. Connect to your other finger. Alright? So it's something kind of like that. That's just simply a rough draft. Now we need to make the earth connect to our fingers. And as we can see up here, still the circle is off a little bit. So I'm gonna just try and get it first before I erase. Trying to make it as much of a circle as possible. Alright, got that up there, and the bottom is pretty good. Alright, now I'm about to erase any line stuff that I do not need, just to clean up our drawing. So you've got our basic outline. And if you did draw too dark on some parts, it's okay, because when you go back and shade, it'll help to cover up any imperfections or anything that, any mistakes or anything like that. So now I'm just going back and cleaning up my drawing just a little bit. Just make sure we have our basic outline. And then we're going to fix any shapes or anything that may have been off. Just helps your drawing to look a little cleaner. Just trying to clean it up as much as we can here. Alright, now since we have the hands and the basic circle, we're going to try and start on drawing the world shapes, which represents the land and all of that, okay? So now we're going to start up here, or you can start on whichever side, but I'm going to start right here. Get our first land, and this part should be pretty simple. You can do it any shape you want it to be, but if you wanted to get as close to the reference, you can just verbatim kind of copy those shapes. Alright, we wanted to make it like land on the earth. We're gonna come here, do the island. Then you're gonna bring it down and come about right here and connect this island shape right here. Alright, we're gonna come here, bring it on up, stop that right there, come right here, connect it to the earth shape. We're going to leave that part open, because when we shade and all of that, then we can shade all of that in, so we want to leave that part open. Now we're just going to do like a little tiny island part. We're going to come over here. Right here. So now we're just doing the basic shapes that are on the drawing, representing the island, the water, land, all of that. So you can do that whatever shape you want it to be. It doesn't have to be the reference drawing shapes. However you see that that's represented, you can draw it that way. Alright, we're going to come over here and do this side. You can just do kind of like a rough land drawing here. This and stop in there, go on to the next island, gonna bring it together, gonna come here and stop, there we go, and then about right here I'm gonna bring mine down right here, and I'm gonna go out right here by the finger and draw my other island. Right. Kind of like that, just giving it kind of a rough representation of the island drawing. And like I said, you can make it yours. You don't have to do it exactly like this, but just trying to give it, like, if you want to add different small islands and all of that, you can. Just kind of trying to give us a rough sketch. So when we come back to shade and everything, we'll have our basic outline. So this is representing the world. And this is representing the hands of God holding the world. So kind of got our basic outline there, and I'm gonna clean up any lines and all of that that I have after I've outlined everything and got the basic outline. So now is a good time if you want to go back and fix anything that looked like it was off or anything like that. Now is a good time before you start shading and all of that. Now will be a good time to go back and fix anything that you want to fix before you start the shading process. So that's what I'm doing now, just trying to go back and fix a few of my lines. So we basically got our basic outline for us to be able to start shading. Now I'm just going back and fixing a few of my lines and everything that I wanted to fix before I start my shading process. I'm just darkening a few lines so when you shade, nothing will disappear. Anything you want to darken or highlight, and you can do that now. And that pretty much gets us our basic draft that we need in order for us to actually begin shading. Like I said, anything that you may want to fix, you can go back and fix that now, but that basically gives us a basic outline there. Alright guys, that pretty much wraps up this drawing for this part. We're going to continue this drawing on next time, so make sure you all come on back every Tuesday at 2 p.m. And I did want to make sure that I mentioned to you all again to make sure you go over to www.smicapp, that's SMIC app.com. Make sure you all go over there and click on Would Prosper, and you can actually get your own designs put on t-shirts, mugs, sneakers, so much more. So make sure you all go on over there and check that out. And I did mention on last time as well, I want you all to check out this awesome art museum. It's known as ABAM Center, Alabama Biblical Arts Museum. They have awesome portraits, over 150 different multicultural biblical character portraits that you all will love. So their website, that is www.abamcenter.com. So make sure you all go over there and check that out. And I have been your hostess and your fellow artist, ZMarie, here with Heart for Art Live. Make sure you all come on back, tune in next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. So see you all then. Thank you so much for joining us.